Welcome to Wiley and Company. Today we got another fun recipe. It's candied spiced nuts, and we're going to try it with some pecans and walnuts. A pretty simple recipe, pretty quick to make, and makes great gifts for the holidays. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to do 2 nuts for this recipe. The recipe usually calls for 4 cups of either pecans, walnuts, any kind of nuts that you like, but I'm going to just do 2 cups of walnuts and 2 cups of pecans, and that should equal about 1 pound of the nuts combined. So in this one, I've got my 2 cups of pecans. Right. And in this one, we got 2 cups of walnuts. Probably a little over 2 cups. So I'm going all the way to the top with the measuring. So that's what we're going to do today. So the first thing we want to do after we get our nuts and set them aside is measure out the sugars. So we're going to use a 1/2 cup of white sugar. And we're going to mix our dry ingredients first. And a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. You might notice some dark chunks in our brown sugar. I actually make our brown sugar homemade with molasses, so sometimes when it doesn't get all mixed in, I just made a fresh batch. And to that, we're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to add a little more than a teaspoon because we like extra cinnamon. And 3/4 salt. And I'm using sea salt because I think it just gives it a little bit better flavor. That's about 3/4. As you can tell, I'm guessing. And those are our dry ingredients, and we're going to split it between the 2 measuring cups of nuts. So you want to mix that up real well. Okay, we're going to set that aside for a few minutes. And now we're going to do our wet ingredients, which is 1 egg white and a tablespoon of water. And I don't have an egg separator, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. And you want your eggs to set them out for about an hour beforehand because you want them to be room temperature. And then to that, we're going to add a tablespoon of water. Actually, I'm going to put it in this container because I'm going to use I need a little bit of more water. And then what we're going to do is beat this, well, we're going to beat with my hand mixer that's not holding my thing in till it's frothy. And there you see, it's frothy. We don't want to get it to a stiff white peak like we're doing whipped cream or anything. Okay. So we're going to pour the pecans in the bowl. And we're going to do about half the mixture. Okay, the pecans. Basically, you're just getting them lightly coated. And then we're going to put half of our dry ingredients in there. Smell that cinnamon? Hmm? You just want to coat the nuts really well with the cinnamon mixture. And since we're just going to bake these on the same tray. You want to spread them out so that they evenly bake. And these are some nice sized pecans, or pecans, wherever you're from. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And add the rest of the mixture to the walnuts. And because we had a little extra walnut, I'm going to just put a smidgen more water. Make sure it adheres really well. Because you want it to look a little bit wet, not dry. All right, it's pretty simple, straightforward. Just make sure they're not stacked on one another, because you want them to bake evenly. All right, and we're gonna stick them in an oven at 250 Fahrenheit for an hour, and every 20 minutes I'm gonna go in and stir them a little bit so they consistently bake. So we will do that now, and we'll be back when they're finished. Okay, here we have our cooked, well, baked, spiced nuts, and we're gonna let them cool for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll break them up because they're not too hot, but anyway, they'll break up better, and we'll show you the final product. Alright, so they've been cooling for about 15-20 minutes, and now I'm just going to take them and break them up a little bit. Can you see them? So here we have our final finished spiced candy nuts. We did a combination of pecans and walnuts. Then I did a nice little packaging. This is how we like to package them up, and we'll be giving some of them as gifts for the holidays. Make great gifts any time of the year for people that love a little change on just your regular nuts. And you can see they're just, I'm trying to do this one-handed, just crunchy. I mean, they just melt in your mouth, and the combination of the cinnamon is just wonderful. So you guys just need to try this. It's a great recipe, simple to do and quick. Well, the baking's not so quick. We want to thank you for stopping by Wiley & Company. Hope you have a great day and a blessed day.